The Minister for Sanitation, Mrs. Cecilia Dapaa, has allegedly resigned from her position as Minister for Sanitation and Water Resource in Ghana. I'll put her letter of resignation to the President on the screen for you to check it out. So check this letter out. This is a letter she drafted to the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, resigning from her position as Minister for Sanitation and Water Resource. One may wonder, why has she resigned? Okay, so if you do not know the story behind her resignation, I will take you through what has transpired over the last 24 hours, which has troubled her and then pushed her in order for her to resign from her position. Now, I'll give you a prelude to the story of what happened in her residence prior to her resignation. There was an amount of money that was stolen from her residence, and then this information came to light. Actually, this happened last year, 2022, and this came to light just yesterday in the media, and the media has picked it up and the whole public is talking about it, therefore leading to her resignation. So let me read through a charge sheet that was released by the court, the Accra Circuit Court to be precise. So the Republic versus Patience Botwe 1, Sarah J 2, Benjamin Sowa 3, Kweku Botwe 4, and then Malik Dauda. So 2 people stole from her house, and these were her mates or servants in her house. And then 2 of the people I have mentioned are boyfriends to one of the maid servants, and then one of them is also the father of one of the maid servants. Now let me give you the whole story as to how this happened. In 2022, these 2 maid servants were serving in her house, that is Mrs. Cecilia Dapaah's house. She lives at Abelinkwe here in Accra with her husband, who is an architect, and then Mrs. Cecilia Dapaah is the Minister of State. She lives with these 2 maid servants. One then was 17 years old, the other was 30 years old as at that time. Now, the maid servants had access to every place in her house with the exception of the bedroom of the Minister of State. Her bedroom is always locked, is put under key. None of the maid servants goes to her bedroom. But as time goes on, money keeps on disappearing from the bedroom of the minister, not knowing to her how this usually happens. One day, her husband was returning home. I think he left something home and then he was returning home to pick it up, only to hear mysterious noise in their bedroom. So when he got there, he saw one of the maid servants in the room, and to his utmost dismay, this room is always locked. So how did the maid servant get in there? So he quickly went to the police station, reported the issue to the lady there, and then she was granted bail because as at that time she was a minor, I think 17 years old as at that time. So she was granted bail, and then the case has been with the police for further investigations to be done. Now, during the investigation, she revealed that one other maid servant who, as at that time that she was caught, that maid servant had left. She had resigned from the work as a maid servant in the house because she knew she had stolen enough and she was good, so she also left to continue her life with what the booty that she had with her. So she had built a 3-bedroom house in Budumburam, an area near Kaswa, and she was living over there. So the lady who was caught, the 17-year-old lady, her name is Patience Butchie. She revealed that she is not the only person doing that. She did that with the other servant by name Sarah AJ when she was also there working. This is what they usually do. One of them will watch the gate whilst one goes in to steal the money. But after this went on, now normally when they steal the money, they share it and each of them takes her share. Now when this went on, and then the lady who was 30 years old felt she had had enough, she resigned, she didn't want to work over there again. So it was left with only the 17-year-old girl, and she kept on stealing, but there was no one to watch her back. That was why she was caught that fateful day. So the court or the police gave her bail, and then she left Accra and then went all the way to Tamale with her boyfriend. She bought shops, she rented apartments, she bought car for her boyfriend using that money, and a whole lot to this. So let me read the charge sheet. So Patience Butchie is 18 years old, a hairdresser. The second person is Sarah Ajay, who is 30 years old. She's unemployed. So between the period of July to October 2022 at Abilingpe in Greater Accra region and within the jurisdiction of this court, did agree or acted together with common purpose to commit crime to the wit stealing. Okay. So other people mentioned in this lawsuit are Patience Butchie's father, who is a 65-year-old trader by name Mr. Kweku Butchie, and then one of her boyfriend, who is 29 years old by the name Benjamin Sowa, who is a plumber, and then another boyfriend by the name Malik Dauda, who is 34 years old and he is unemployed. Now, when this lady stole the money, she gave, let me read this part. During the year 2022 at Accra in Greater Accra region and within the jurisdiction of this court, you dishonestly received 100,000 Ghana cedis, the property of Cecilia Dapaa, which you knew have been obtained by means of crime with wit stealing. So Malik Dauda, a 34-year-old guy who is a boyfriend to the 18-year-old Patience Butchie, received 100,000 Ghana cedis. So the lady gave 100,000 Ghana cedis to her boyfriend, and then to the father, she gave 50,000 Ghana cedis to the father, and then one other boyfriend too. He was also given 180,000 Ghana cedis. These are huge sums of monies. Now, with the monies that has been stolen from their residence is very, very huge. Reports have it that a sum of $1 million had been stolen. 300,000 euros has also been stolen. 350,000 Ghana cedis has also been stolen. And then other materials, jewelries, perfume, let me go on to that. 95,000 Ghana cedis worth of clothes. 35,000 Ghana cedis, no, 35,000 US dollars, handbags. 1,400 assorted perfume. That's $1,400 assorted perfume. Then 95,000 US dollars assorted jewelry. Also 95,000 Ghana cedis worth of assorted kente. All were stolen from the minister's residence. That was in the year 2022. So when the case was reported to the police and taken to court, this has been hidden from the public domain for almost a year now. It is just yesterday that this case was released to the public, and then it went wild on both social media, the print media, and the traditional media. So when this case came to bear, almost everybody, including members of parliament from the NPP, are insisting that an investigation be made into how the minister was able to get all these huge sums of monies. And this is the pressure that is coming upon the Minister of State, Mrs. Cecilia Dapaa, thereby leading to her resignation. So I'll read through her resignation letter for you to get to know exactly what she said her reason is and what she wrote in the letter to the President of Ghana. So let me go through her resignation letter. So this is a letter. This is what she says. Letter of resignation. So, Mr. President, and this letter is dated 22nd July 2023. And this, as you can see, is from the office of CAB, Cecilia Dapaa, P.O. Box. We have it there, Cantonment, Accra. I write to inform you that I wish to resign from my position as Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources. It has been a great privilege and honor for me to have been given the opportunity to serve in your government, and an even greater honor to have worked to try and bring your great vision for our country to fruition. Since yesterday, Friday, July 21, 2023, social and traditional media have been full of stories about the court case involving a theft that took place last year in the home I live with my husband and daughter. The stories sought to suggest that I own various huge sums of foreign currencies and millions of Ghana cedis which have been stolen from my home, whereas I can state emphatically that those figures do not represent correctly what my husband and I reported to the police. I am very much aware of the import of such stories around someone in my position. I am resigning, therefore, because I do not want this matter to become a preoccupation of government and hindrance to the work of government at such a crucial time. I intend to cooperate fully with all state agencies to enable them fully establish the facts. I have no doubt whatsoever that at the end of the processes, it will be fully established that I have conducted myself with integrity during my period of public service, and I will be fully exonerated from all the allegations that have filled the public domain in the past 24 hours. I thank you, Mr. President, for the honor done me in giving me the opportunity to serve our beautiful nation, Ghana. So signed, Cecilia Dapaa, Mrs. So this is the letter from the Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, Mrs. Cecilia Dapaa. She has resigned because of the pressure that is coming from social media and the traditional media. What she stated over here is that the figures stated is not a true reflection of what they told the police. But the document I have is a document from the law court. I don't know if the police will report something different to the law court, but that is what she says over here. Let's see what unravels from this. Let me know your thoughts and your suggestions in the comments section below. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.